With a few minutes to spare before class is over, we finish the assignment.
Well, I think this looks good. Who wants to go up to the front to turn it in?
Monica and I look to Adrian first. There's no way I'm getting out of this chair until that bell rings, he says as he points to the bell for emphasis. This guy is really getting on my nerves.
Okay then, Michael.
I mean, does it really matter? It's just turning it into him.
Well, yeah, but you know.
I feel like she's trying to tell me something, but she's not saying it. After a good moment of silence, Monica sighs.
You know what? I'll just turn it in.
Monica abruptly stands up and walks over to the front of the room.
Mr. Zawinski,
Monica says timidly. He says as he looks away from his computer screen and at Monica.
My group is done.
Monica says as she puts the paper on his desk.
Oh, good. I hope you had fun, Monica.
I guess I did.
Monica refrains from making eye contact with Mr. Zawinski.
Good, good. It's important to me that my students have fun while they learn. I find that it helps them better retain the material. But sometimes my students need a little extra help.
I get what you mean, but I think I have a good grasp of what we're reading right now.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. You're a good student, Monica. Bright, talented, enthusiastic. I'm looking forward to a fun year ahead for the both of us. I'm glad they put you in my class this year. You certainly liven things up in here. If you ever need my help with anything, you can talk to me anytime.
I'm glad you think that way, Mr. Zawinski. I appreciate knowing that you'll be there in class in case I need it.
I always will be.
Monica does a slight bow of her head as she turns to go back to her desk. Monica quickly slides back into her desk.
Geez, I thought he'd never stop talking your ear off.
Does anyone else get the feeling that Mr. Zawinski is a bit of a
creep?
Well, yeah.
He's interesting, I'll give you that. I think he means well, but he's just very awkward.
Yeah, awkward with girls.
Well, it just feels a little off talking to him. I'm sure he's being sincere and that he wants to help us.
Right, he wants to help us,
Adrian says, shaking his head.
I thought he was married.
I can't say I've noticed a ring on his finger.
Well, if you teach literature in a dump like this for 20 years, I doubt you'd pick up too many women.
Optimistic as always, Adrian.
I'm just saying.
The bell finally rings, ending the back and forth between Adrian and Monica. Monica takes no time as she picks up her belongings and sees herself out of the room as quickly as possible. Adrian and I end up lingering a bit as we slowly pick up our things. As we're packing up, I think back to what Adrian and Monica were saying about Shiro. I've got to admit, I'm feeling a little bit unsettled. I thought Kai would lie to me, but what they told me pretty much lines up with what he said. They also don't seem like they're the type to throw in with him, given the way they talked about him. Maybe there's a way I can learn more about what happened. And maybe Adrian knows how I could... Yo, Adrian. Adrian, visibly irritated, turns to me.
What?
Hey, so I was just wondering something.
Spit it out, I don't have all day.
I cut to the chase. If I wanted to learn more about Shiro and all that stuff that happened, who would I talk to? Just looking for extra perspectives. Adrian's eyes narrow on me.
And you care because...
I shrug my shoulders. In case I run into him, I guess.
Well, Shiro would be, or should be harmless to you, but...
Adrian pauses as he stares out the window for a brief moment. He sighs, then turns back to me.
I don't know what kind of perspective you want, but if you don't take my word for it, you can always talk to those goth chicks that somehow tolerate him. Though I'm sure they'll try to defend him.
I'm sure he means Kayla and Ruby, but I don't really want to let on that I've already met them. What do they look like? Adrian lets out a groan.
One's a slut and the other's flatter than a cutting board. You've probably seen them already.
Well, figures they'd know more about it. Alright, thanks.
Whatever.
Adrian says as we walk out the room and head our separate ways. Out of the room. As I'm walking towards my next class, I reflect on Adrian's advice. I mean, Kayla and Ruby seem like they've known Shiro for at least a while, though I'm sure they'll pretty much say the same things Shiro has told me. But I guess another outside perspective wouldn't hurt. I don't really know why I'm bothering with this. I haven't even seen or heard from Kai or Randy since I met them last week. Neither has Shiro, apparently. Oh well, if the mood strikes me, I guess I'll ask one of them. I continue on with my walk to my next class. As I'm walking through the hallways, the traffic becomes increasingly thick, with several students resorting to pushing their way through the crowd just to advance a single inch. Of course, this results in little to no progress being made, and large portions of the hallway just end up standing still for what feels like hours. At this rate, I'm going to be late. I'd rather not get a demerit for something like that this soon in the semester. Clutching my book tightly to my chest, I try to maneuver Ian there through the hallways. I go around who I can and brush past whoever is standing idly by as the line inches forward. After getting through a few groups of students, I'm finally able to get some half-decent walking room. Yeesh! What's everybody standing around? I suddenly collide with an unknown, hulking mass of something. The force of the collision is enough to make me stagger back, almost hitting a group of students behind me and dropping my books in the process. A group of girls behind me gasp, and a few other people standing around look at the brewing commotion. I hesitantly look up to see what or who I'd run into. I scan my eyes upward to see a towering, bearded figure looking down at me, a confused expression across his face. Comma, lowercase a. This is a sentence fragment. For a moment, he and I lock eyes with each other, unsure of what to say. At least he doesn't appear to be mad. Suddenly, a light bulb goes off inside my brain. Wait a minute. I think that's Randy! I take a step back from him. After a solid half-minute of silence, followed by some hushed whispers in the background, he still doesn't say anything. I don't know if it's because he just doesn't know what to say or is wondering why I'm staring at him. Plus, there's no way he doesn't recognize me from last week. Leave it to me to break the awkward silence. Hey, sorry about that. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, whatever. Just watch where you're going,
he says with a slight scowl. I give him a nod as he starts to walk away. However, he suddenly stops when someone calls out to him. Randy, said someone. Where the hell are you? A scrawny ginger kid emerges out from the wall of people ahead of us. Ah, great. Figured he wouldn't be too far behind.
Ah, there you are. Thank God your height makes you so easy to find.
Randy turns around to face him.
Oh, hey, Kai.
What are you standing around for anyways? People just don't make room for us for no reason, you know.
Randy gestures to me as Kai looks over. Once his eyes make contact with mine, he immediately recognizes me.
Well, how about that? Look who we have here.
Kai says with a menacing smile as Randy looks on.
You remember who this is, don't you?
Yeah, wasn't this the guy who we talked to about you-know-who?
Right you are. Isn't it such an amusing coincidence for us to run into each other?
Yeah, he just bumped into me.
Did he now?
Kai says coolly as he stares at me with the same way a cobra would before striking its prey.
Yeah, barely felt anything. Honestly, I thought that someone was trying to poke me.
He says with a slight chuckle. While Randy seems to find some amusement in this situation, Kai apparently does not. He stares at me with a dead serious expression.
Michael, you're really clumsy, aren't you?
I don't take your meaning.
First you were hanging around the undesirables. Now you're just running into us.
Hey, if it's that big of an issue, I already apologized to him. It's cool.
It's not cool. When we walk through these hallways, you get out of the way and don't touch us. You should beg for our forgiveness right now if you have any decency. Isn't that right, Randy?
Yeah, don't fucking touch us, dweeb. Last thing I need to do is cut my arm off because you infected me with something. This is my throwing arm that you hit me on, dumbass. I can't be having anything bad happening to it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Again, you're new. I wouldn't have expected you to have known this right away. It is only the second week of school. But consider this your last piece of friendly advice. I'm not going to get you acquainted with how everything works around here. You should be able of figuring that out yourself.
Man, what's with this guy? I've never seen anyone act this anal for accidentally bumping into someone that wasn't them. I'm not going to beg you for anything. It was an accident. It happens. No need to make such a big deal over it. But if it means that much, I'll stay out of your guys' way.
Now let it slide. Just don't bump into us like that again. Remember to keep in mind what I told you last week, too.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Come on, Randy, let's not let us model students be late. And let Michael pick up his own crap. Let that be his lesson.
Kai says as he icily stares at the crowd of students around us. Randy wordlessly nods before briefly making eye contact with me and turning around to walk off through the crowd with Kai. The students behind us, who had seen everything, quickly part to make room for them and continue on with their business as if nothing had happened. I quickly push my books to the side of the hallway to not obstruct the flow of traffic. I'm a little disappointed that nobody came to offer any help, but after that performance, I guess I don't know what I was expecting. It's kind of amazing that people put up with that around here. If he said that to the wrong person at my old school, he would have been clocked. Oh, whatever. I'm the new kid, so I guess I have to put up with it for a bit. I tried to rearrange my books in the order I had them so that it'd be easier to carry. Though lifting them is going to be a pain, these things are ridiculously heavy. As I'm working on rearranging my books, I feel a tap on my shoulder. I look over my shoulder to see who it is. Sam?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I see that you dropped your books.
Something like that. It's no big deal, though. I can lift them back up. I'm just trying to rearrange it so it's not too awkward.
Oh, well, if you want, I could help you.
I couldn't say no to such a kind offer. Sam proceeds to help me rearrange my books in the most optimal order for me to carry them. Somewhat surprisingly, she easily lifts up half of my books for me and gently stacks it upon the stack that I'm holding. She must be a lot stronger than she looks. Then again, I remember how she brought in all those art supplies on the first day, so I guess she knows the best way to carry heavy or awkward things.
Okay, that should be everything.
Yep, I think so too. Thanks a bunch for the help, Sam.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm always happy to help out a fellow classmate of mine.
Well, that's very kind of you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, just trying to spread some kindness around. Hey, I feel a little embarrassed for asking this, but your name is Michael, right? We're in Horus together. I feel bad for not being completely sure. I'm still trying to learn everyone's names. I hope you can forgive me.
Wow, this girl is shy. It's kind of adorable. I let out a chuckle, which catches Sam off guard. You're good. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I'm in the same boat as you. Especially with me being new to here and all.
Oh, well, then I guess I shouldn't feel so bad. Well, I best be going. I have to head to my next class. I'll see you around.
Yeah, laters. Sam and I exchange a warm smile with each other before we turn and head to our respective classes. Aside from that run-in, the rest of the day goes by smoothly, with the occasional moment of boredom striking me. I gave some thought to my run-in with Kai and Randy. I'm honestly a little surprised Randy was chill enough until Kai dropped by. I'm probably not going to mention it to Shiro or the others. It was just a stupid thing, and going off what I know about Kai, that seems to be pretty in character for him. Honestly, I'm just going to brush it off. It's really no big deal. Besides, it was nice that I ran into Sam and got to talk to her for a bit. I did check with my mom in between classes to see if we were done unpacking everything, and asked her if she was fine with me bringing Shiro over. Unsurprisingly, she was alright with it. I personally have mixed feelings about bringing Shiro over. On one hand, he's been alright and it'd be interesting to see how he acts when we're not in school. On the other hand, I am still worried by all the allegations against him. He's dorky, a little annoying at times, sure. Overall, I don't think he's ever meant any harm towards me, at least. It's probably just gossip anyways, and it's probably not even true. Maybe Adrian and Monica just don't like Shiro and they have their reasons. The bell rings in my final class, stopping my train of thought. Well, it's time to head to the anime club for my initiation. No idea what that's going to entail, but I'm not expecting much. I pack up my things and start making my way to the clubroom. I arrive at the clubroom to find the room rearranged. Most of the desks have been stowed at the back of the room. There's also a TV on a cart at the front of the room. Additionally, there's a few desks lined up next to each other across from me that have various snacks and drinks. Wonder what we'll be doing today.
Welcome, Michael.
I turn around to see Kayla, Ruby, and Shiro suddenly emerge from out behind the teacher's desk. I'm caught off guard by their sudden appearance and jump back a few feet in shock. Oh, hey! I didn't see you guys there, I say as I catch my breath.
Well, that was kind of the whole point.
Dang, did we scare you that bad?
Well, no, you just caught me off guard a little bit.
Nah, don't feel so bad. Everyone always falls for it.
I take it this is all part of the initiation.
Yep, it'll be over before you know it.
Kayla gets up on the teacher's podium. Given her height, she has to use a stool just so I can see her face over the podium. Ruby and Shiro flank Kayla on both sides of the podium.
All right, Michael, do exactly as I say and repeat after me. First, raise your right hand.
I follow Kayla's instructions.
Now repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Halley Harrington,
Do pledge my loyalty.
do pledge my loyalty
To my 2D anime waifus. To my
2D anime waifus.
To worship all their attributes, everything in between from thick thighs to big titties.
My god, what is she making me say here? To worship all their attributes, everything in between from thick thighs to big titties.
To embrace my inner weeb.
To embrace my inner weeb.
And to always enjoy and respect all anime in all forms.
And to always enjoy and respect all anime in all forms.
Perfect, now eat this Pocky.
Kayla tosses me a Pocky the same way a trainer would toss some meat to a hungry lion. Without hesitation, I eat the Pocky.
Michael Halley Harrington, you have successfully completed the initiation for the Anime Club, as witnessed by I, President Kayla Allen, Vice President Ruby Phillips, and Secretary Shiro Robillard. Congratulations, you are now a member of the Anime Club.
Ruby and Shiro give me a round of applause as both approach me to shake my hand. Once that's taken care of, Kayla hops down from her stool and does the same.
I'm really glad you've decided to join us, Michael. I'm sure Shiro told you all about the stakes of finding a fourth member.
Yes, he did. I'm glad I found you guys when I did. Kayla smiles in response.
So, in honor of your initiation, and seeing as we're not expecting anyone else to walk through the door, I've decided that our first club activity is to watch the very first original episode of Cowboy Bebop, and not the terrible Netflix adaptation.
No way, Cowboy Bebop? The original version?
That and director's commentary.
Man, it's been years since I've watched that. To think I only ever saw the remastered version.
Yup, I was able to find a tape version online, at a reasonable cost, too.
That's why we borrowed the TV there. You won't be able to find it online since it's now just the remastered version, and the fact that it came out about 25 years ago.
Well, that's awesome. I'd love to see what the original looks like.
Let's get to it then.
Shiro pops the tape into the TV as Kayla begins working the remote.
We got some snacks for you guys. Help yourselves.
Kayla calls out. Ruby and I happily oblige and help ourselves to some refreshments that we bring back to our seats in front of the TV. After about a minute of Kayla fiddling with the remote and Shiro adjusting some things on the TV, the screen lights up with the classic jingle. Ruby hums along to it and I catch myself joining her.
Alright, are we all ready?
Yup, everything should be good to go.
Okay, let's get rolling.
Shiro heads over and grabs a large quantity of snacks and a drink before taking his seat next to me. Kayla simply grabs herself a soda before taking her seat. Without another word spoken, Kayla hits play on the remote and the episode begins. As the episode goes on, the four of us take some periodic trips to the snack and drink table to bring back to our seats. I gotta say, they got the good stuff for today. I'm actually a little flattered that the club is willing to do all this for me. For a chill group, they don't mind going all out for stuff. I think I'll come to like it here very, very much. After a few minutes of silence, Kayla walks up to the drink table. She lets out a surprised gasp that grabs our attention away from the screen.
Oh no, it looks like we're out of drinks.
Wow, already?
Yup, we're gonna need more. Well, I'm sure we can stop by the student council's room and get some stuff there. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Ruby. Just remember they have that log that you need to fill out. I won't forget. Though this is probably gonna be a two-person job, those water boxes are a little heavy.
I'll go with you. How far do we need to go?
All the way down to the first floor. We'll take the elevator on the way back, though.
Alright, well let's get going.
Yep, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, see you too soon.
Ruby and I head out to retrieve the drinks.